share my story.
You're sharing it now?
Just shared it.
Just now. What's up, everybody?
Oh, crap.
Good evening. Wait, I gotta mute this. Oh, good. Muted. You know, whenever I seem to want to do something like this, maybe since it's so rare, or because it's so rare, I'm stuck with like not Facebook. YouTube changes something. They mess with something, they adjust something. I don't know. They just mess with something. And tonight they messed with the creator stuff. So I wasn't sure if I even get this video up. I don't know. What's up, everybody? Welcome to one of our few and far between Living for Crits vlogs. I'm James.
Oh, I'm Evie.
Yeah, and that's Gritty back there. This is the Philly edition. So there you go. You have to have a Gritty, you know, somewhere in Philadelphia. I heard he was voted like best mascot by, I don't know, sportsy folks.
I follow him on Instagram.
Does he do anything on Instagram?
Yeah.
What does he do on Instagram?
Post the strangest pictures in the world.
That's bizarre.
He like Googles it. Googles? No.
What are you, Insta?
He's like
he grams it? Oh, his eyes or googly eyes?
Yeah, the googly eyes. Like he Googles his eyes.
He Googles his own eyeballs? That's kind of creepy. I'm not sure how I'd feel with that. Paul's on. Paul Bernhardt. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? I don't know how many folks are going to be on.
I told my friends to come on.
Okay, great.
It's a shout out to them.
Well, it might be too early for them to see anything. Maybe they're not going to be on yet. I don't know how this works. I mean, all right. I guess we'll give... I think I'm on a conference call. I'm doing so many conference calls now because I work like all the time that I'm used to like asking to take attendance. Like I'll have a, you know, something in front of me. Like, all right, so I need to know if Paul's on. Oh, Paul's on. Evie, are you on?
Nope.
Oh, there you go. No, Evie. Have to ping your boss or whatever. Anyway, okay, I'm going to start talking because I'm imagining a lot of folks who would even watch this might watch it after the live stream, and they'll be like, why did they just wait so long? Just start talking, damn it. So what? You've heard me say worse crap than that. All right, well, let's get started with the elephant in the room. This book is in our house now.
Yep.
And this is the reason this is like a vlog to begin with. This is the one book that I said would never be here. And it's been on my blog or my, I don't know, here or on Glowburn or pretty much anywhere you might find me. If you don't know, I'm the host of the Glowburn podcast, which is about mutant crawl classics. I have always been a very vocal person. I did not need 5th edition. So I thought since that's here, and it's been some pretty active comments on my Facebook page about having that along with Twitter, I'd give a little answer and reasoning to why I'm messing around with it. And Evie could give her feedback if she wants. We haven't played yet.
Nope.
We're actually playing tomorrow for the first time. So I guess to get down into it, I have some notes. So I have been, I don't want to say like an ardent non-supporter, but I've been someone who's always said I don't need 5th edition, you know, in my life as a game, and which is crazy in a world now that everyone plays D&D 5th edition, and maybe that was part of the thing. You know, I left 4th edition in 2012. I was done with it. I'd run a years-long campaign in 4th edition, and I really enjoyed it, but I kind of got frustrated for quite a few reasons. I mean, rules bloat, too many splat books, the fact you had to use a character generator to make a character, the fact that everything felt like a magic power. It was a challenge for me, and to continue it and to teach it to people. It was if you didn't play it or had never played it, I felt like you couldn't jump into like higher level play. You had to start at 1st level and learn how to play 4th edition. So I left 4E and discovered Savage Worlds in 2012. And then there's Ridley barking. I discovered Cypher System in 2013 and Dungeon Crawl Classics in 2014. And yeah, there's some of the books there, and he's gonna keep barking. Hey, look, it's a starter set for 5th edition. Oh, that's crazy. It's next to my Lankmar box. Go figure. What's that? Evie's just gonna be she'll pull stuff down and show it. Here, show my tarot card deck that showed up. This stuff coming in the mail is just coming in like spurts. So I felt like all my gaming itches had been scratched. And I would poke fun at some of my friends that played 5th edition, all in good, all good-hearted, right?
Mhm.
I'd make comments, especially as the popularity swelled, because I had other games I was playing. I didn't think I needed to try it, and it became I actively tried not to try it and tried to stay away from it, visibly. But as I've said kind of quietly, or to friends who would ask me, like, you don't like 5th edition? I'd be like, no, I've actually was in the D&D Next playtest for a bit. Who are you waving to? Oh, Matt Caller's on. What's up, Matthew? How you doing, dude? I was in the 5th edition, the D&D Next playtest for a while and read the basic rules. And if you got past the me being snarky for the sake of me being snarky, I was vocal. It was a good game. I didn't need it. I didn't have a need to change and start playing that. So what changed? Why would I even allow that book into this house? And it's because of her. And
it's not exactly me.
It's kind of you.
It's not exactly me.
So Judge Evie here, who is the stalwart ever fan of Dungeon Crawl Classics, and should be GMing at Gen Con this summer actually for Goodman Games, alongside me. We'll both be there with Goodman Games. Judge Evie has been trying to put games together at her new school here in the Philly area for quite some time now, right? Since the beginning of the year. What are you?
I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, I totally threw you on. Paul says I totally threw you under the bus. I did. Yes. Yes,
Woot.
I did.
I say woot all the time.
But you've been trying to have it start a game for a while, right?
Yep.
And what does everyone tell you?
We only play 5th edition.
They say it just like that, huh?
Uh-huh.
Your friends could watch this and they could say that's how they sound.
No, I didn't know they played it. This is other kids.
Other kids.
I didn't know they played it. Actually, they didn't know that they didn't play it.
So many of Evie's friends play 5th edition, and there's a D&D. There's many of 2 of her friends played 5th edition, and there's a 5th edition club at your school, or is it Carrie School?
It's at the high school.
At the high school. And Evie has always been the DCC first person, and I actually in recent weeks have been feeling kind of guilty about this because I feel sometimes that Evie's. What is that?
That's Mom home?
I don't know. Hold on for one moment. Ridley, come here. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
That's a dog. Cooper, call him back there.
I'll bring him in my room.
Ridley, go back there. Go to your brother. He's not going to come. Just close the door.
No, I'll get him.
I'm going to continue talking while this goes on. I feel like I've done Evie a little bit of wrong in some ways because I've been vocal about no 5th edition, and Evie, and for me it's kind of like a little bit of I don't want to say a joke, but it's not super serious. And Evie would say, the same thing, right? You're just as you're more brutal than I am about no 5th edition, right?
I mean, I said some things.
She said something.
I'm trying to convert this guy into a DCC person, so I'm not telling him that I'm starting this.
Who's this person?
Who?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. All right. So
yes, we do love dogs.
We do love dogs. So you gotta love dogs not respecting the stream. Matthew says absolutely. My dog's not paying any attention to like what we're doing here.
Nope.
He's not being a good boy. So I felt like maybe I've tainted her. Because you play Savage Worlds.
Yep.
And you've played like Numenera and stuff.
Yep.
And you don't really trash talk either of those.
Because we've played them and like.
So that's the thing, is because you've played them, so you don't feel as weird about it. Because if I never look, your first game, whether you like it or not, was 4th edition D&D, and you were like a from the Heroes of the Feywild, there was like a sprite or pixie race. That's what you were. Now you were 5, maybe.
What was my name?
Or 4. You were only 4.
What was my name?
I don't remember. Your sister's character was Lena Goblin Hacker. I don't remember what yours was. It's probably Bubbles or something.
It would not be Bubbles.
It'd be Bubbles.
It was not Bubbles.
So Judge Evie, in her ever glorious judgeship did manage to get 3 people to come over last Sunday to play Dungeon Crawl Classics, and she ran the Mall from Crawling Under a Broken Moon, an interesting game, a 0-level funnel. But before the players started, I had made a comment and made a promise. I said that at the end of the game, if everyone still wanted to try 5th edition, because they all wanted to try 5th edition, all 3 players, right, wanted to play 5th edition. They wanted to try it.
That was a long journey to get them to come over and play DCC.
So they all really wanted to play D&D. So I said, if they still wanted to try D&D 5th edition, I would learn the game and run it for them. And I would teach Judge Evie and maybe have there be a / Judge Evie / DM Evie.
Nope, there can not be a / I'll just be both.
There you go. She can be both.
I can be a judge and a DM at the same time, but I'll just always call it judge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rob Ergang's on. Rob, yes, you missed the bus throwing. It's all Evie's fault. Everything's Evie's fault.
No, it's not my fault.
It's kind of your fault.
It's not my fault.
The cool thing is, we're not really alone. And this is how I kind of rationalize some of not feeling bad about it. I will be honest. My first reaction when I got the book, that Sunday night, I went out and I got the book. My first reaction was kind of like, no. I started reading through it and I wasn't getting captured by it. I wasn't enamored. I will say, maybe I'm spoiled. When I first read the Savage Worlds rulebook, I read it cover to cover and was like, this is really cool. I feel really free. I can do whatever I want. And when I read Numenera for the first time, I felt like wonder and excitement and something bizarre and weird. It was cool. And then when I read Dungeon Crawl Classics, I had this giant injection of nostalgia. I didn't get anything reading the 5th edition, the beginning of the 5e book. I didn't get anything. I did not like it. I just didn't. I'm like, why am I reading this? And I kind of rebelled. I posted some things on Twitter and on Facebook of pictures. We used to have a picture of the DCC core books, looking over the main, the 5th edition player's handbook, saying "Get out." And overnight on Monday night into Monday, I was like, you know what? I took a step back and I said, I'm gonna really let me think this through. And what kind of, I don't know, what kind of impression am I giving you? What kind of father am I if I'm gonna just tell you you're gonna do what I like and this is the game we're gonna play because it's my game? Because really, you never played the edition. So it's kind of like when I tell you, you should try the mushroom, peas, and onion stuff tonight. You said it was gross. And you ate it, and so that was pretty good. I never said
it was gross. I just said I didn't want onions.
I made this mushroom, pea, and onion slop because
it had flour in it.
I was thickening it like a roux.
It had flour.
Yeah. So I have to be someone who you can look up to, and the only way to do that is to force you to try things you don't like, so that when you have kids, if you have kids, you can force them to do things they don't like. And it's
I'm gonna force my kids to play 5th edition. It's exactly what I'm gonna do.
It's like a circle of making people do things they don't like.
I don't think anyone's ever said that before. I'm gonna force you to play 5th edition.
The thing is, again, it's not you don't like things you haven't. Try new things. Try new things. That's a better thing. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I don't know why I decided to do a live stream tonight.
Yeah, why at 9?
Ultimately, I need to be a good example. That's what it comes down to. So what I did was I went from one extreme of the spectrum, which was I didn't have anything 5e except for the player's handbook, to the other extreme where now I've got the Rick and Morty comic book. I have the starter set. I've got the tarot card deck came. It's got Curse of Strahd. I'm a big Ravenloft fan still. So you'll see later.
The Vistani have long been masters of fortune telling.
You'll find out at some point. I got the core book gift set that comes with the main core books. This player's handbook is going to be Evie's, and I got a DM screen for us to share. I guess words. I use the right words for this game, right? And what else did I order? What else did I order? I kickstarted the Arcana of the Ancients Kickstarter for Monty Cook Games, which it looks like it injects a lot of Numenera into D&D. So that's happening. And then I went and bought the the Goodman book, Into the Borderlands, which is a Goodman Games product where they redid Keep of the Borderlands into 5th edition, as well as reprinting the older stuff. So I guess if Goodman Games and Monty Cook Games are on board, I can be on board. And yeah, I only have one speed. If you ever see my YouTube video about buying the Star Wars miniatures game stuff, which is on the video on my channel, you should go back and look at that. It's like an unboxing of everything I bought for Star Wars one time. I dumped. Well, it's fun. It was for Jen. It was pretty funny. So I went all out, and as the week progressed, I think the closer I get to Friday, the more excited I get. I think it took me reading or spending time making your character with you, and I really enjoyed that. I like the character building process a lot. I like we could do it without having to use a character builder, although you can use a character builder for it. And then I like the narrative portions of designing the character. So I actually, even though like I guess the prose of the book didn't grab me, the mechanics, it was kind of cool. I gotta say, I know that Mark Plord, my co-host on Glowburn's, gonna like razz me, and we're recording on Sunday. I'm gonna bring it up there too. Yeah. I mean, mechanically, I really like the way the characters get built. I like that there's some skills, but not too many skills. There's room for, what's it called? Let's see here. For personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. That was cool because it's role playing. You can make your own if you want, I guess. But she went with something from the book, and then I liked that. It didn't feel, I don't know, too nitty gritty. It didn't feel too crunchy, at least so far.
The first time we opened, you said it was crunchier than what?
I don't remember, but it felt crunchy. It felt really crunchy. But I think there's a lot of character options, it seems, in there. So maybe the first time I opened, I was definitely, I don't know, I definitely had some kind of like bias going on. That's for sure. So I gotta say, I'm excited for tomorrow. And actually I'm reading some comments here. Matthew Calder saying, Charlotte's on. Hi, Charlotte. Matthew says, and it's caused a really big groundswell of new creators, which is always a good thing. And that's cool. I think look, everyone's playing this game, right? Like, we're literally the only people not playing it. In fact, I found so many people who play DCC that also play this. And it's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of us.
Big gasp.
He said bias, not big gasp. He said bias, gasp. Rob Ergang said big gasp. No, he said bias, ? Gasp. You gotta read. What's wrong with your glasses? So Evie, let's make your character. So let's when you made your character, how did you feel making your character? Because you really went. I think what was cool is that for someone like you, who likes all things dark and evil, essentially, you had a character you could kind of like connect with. What did you build?
So I am Betty.
Betty, which is alternate personality.
I am Betty, how do I say it? Like, do I say it?
Just try saying it.
I am Betty, the chaotic. I wish it was evil. The chaotic, neutral, tiefling, charlatan, warlock.
And who is your pact with? What? Your pact.
Oh, I'm a fiend.
Your pact was the fiend.
Yeah.
Like Satan.
Satan.
So I think that she wouldn't be chaotic evil. I wouldn't let her. I'm like, that's all we need. That's all we need is evil. And then your mom made Shalub, the dragonborn monk.
It doesn't affect anything, my alignment, right?
No, it affects how you're supposed to act in the game. If you're chaotic evil, you hate. Don't erase your character alignment. You got no evil campaigns. No way. See, Paul saying something. 5th edition has so many rules that it annoys me. I never want to run it because I'll never know it well enough. I'm fine playing it occasionally and may play a game this weekend if my back gets better. Oh. I'm sorry about your back, Paul. I was reading it kind of like, and then you're not feeling so well. I'm sorry, man.
Guys, Nietzsche really wants to be evil. I do really want to be evil.
Betty's not your character's real name either, is it?
I'm going to get there.
If her friends are watching this, we can't say.
Yeah, we can't say who I am.
What her real name is.
Dad, you just gave it away. You said that was my real name. Oh my gosh.
Betty is her real name.
Oh man, I hope he's not watching this.
There are more rules than I'm used to. I don't know if I'd say it's more rules than Savage Worlds. It probably is. There's definitely a lot. I don't know. I'm used to games that have a lot less rules or a lot more uniform rules. Like everything runs the same way in Savage Worlds and Numenera and stuff. So.
Oh my gosh, all these comments. Okay, I'm gonna read them.
Read some comments.
Okay, that's a great name.
From who?
Matthew.
Okay, what's the next one?
Sorry.
Sorry for the downer. So
Wait. Okay.
Read it.
Sorry for the downer. Oh.
This is you're gonna know Paul. You're gonna Paul impression.
Bad backs suck.
Why do you say it like Paul is like a character on a what's it called like a soap opera?
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Chaotic neutral is more fun than evil because you can confuse people by being good sometimes. Then.
Exactly.
Comment more stuff. This is fun to read.
Comment more stuff, Evie's saying. So what's the plan tomorrow? I mean, I spent all of yesterday creating this mega campaign, which is not really it's not like I had to work that hard. I have had a 3-year ongoing campaign going in Dungeon Crawl Classics, which started with the Purple Sorcerer's Sunken City Adventure and Omnibus Guide.
Let
me finish. We'll do comments in the middle, okay? I used that to start a campaign. We went on to the Purple Planet, and then I have a DCC campaign I just wrapped up after 3 years of running that. Kind of proof again. People have always asked me, can DCC do more than just one shots? And the answer is
yes.
Yes. And then we've got a couple other campaigns. Just put it in there.
Here,
we've had a home campaign going for a while that was on Friday nights before we moved. That took place in the same setting. We used the Shutter Mountains by Michael Curtis, and we put Chain Coffin in the game. We ran characters online through the Purple Planet campaign, and again, all took place in this universe, which I'm calling the Realms of the God Emperor, because Mark Plord's character Razul, who was the God Mayor of Slither's End, became the God Emperor of what's now called Razul's Planet. I'm setting everything there. So that should be cool. At least I keep it right in my head. And I'm throwing more crap in there. Like I got Grimtooth Trapsylvania showed up a few weeks ago. So the characters in 5e can go meet Grimtooth, and he's a good dude. And then I'm going to throw some of my favorite old school D&D stuff in there that I really like. For instance,
Uncle Joe's Meatballs.
No, we're not. Uncle Joe's Meatballs are not going in there. But like the setting for Council of Worms, that should go in there, right? I mean, Isle of Dread should go in there maybe. Lumal from the Night Howlers book for basic D&D. Serene, the Flying Gnome City from Top Ballista. If you remember Top Ballista, Night Howlers, those were you don't remember, you weren't born yet. Like 91. Char, why no mint balls? You can't have the mint balls in this game because the mint balls.
What do the mint balls look like?
What they look like?
Yeah,
hold on. Let me
can't even open it.
Let me get them out. The mint balls look like it's a big. They look like Deadlands bennies or Fate chips.
Those aren't mint balls.
No, they're not.
They're
sorry. So anyway, that's we have comments.
Can I read them or no?
Yes, go ahead. Read them. So you should probably start with Matt. Yeah, Matthew Calder says. What
was his voice that I made? Oh yeah. I've run a few.
That was Matthew. That was Paul's voice. Matthew's voice is different.
Voice? Okay. I've run a 5e a few times. I've probably run it as a group of various D&D versions, DCC, and the cuff rulings.
Off the cuff rulings. Okay. I'm gonna read some of the comments here just real quick. I have any questions here? So Rob said he had to look it up, but his last 5e character is a chaotic needle tiefling charlatan bard. So there you go.
That's like me.
Charlatans unite. Let's see here. Marlowe House is in the house. What's going on?
That rhymes.
I know.
My
Congrats
God,
on getting
Thomas is
interviewed
here.
over on with Cypher Unlimited. So that was cool. Isle of Dread's good stuff. You know, that's the other thing is Goodman Games has the Isle of Dread book that they reprinted. So that's I think I'll probably order that too because why not? That'll go in the campaign. But I kind of like I can use ongoing stuff because I was really struggling with where I was going to set this stuff. I'm not going to write anything in Forgotten Realms just because I can't like grok like a century of Forgotten Realms history or all that stuff. I couldn't figure all that crap out. There's too many novels and too many books and too much old stuff because Forgotten Realms has like been around for a very long time. I played there as a character, but you know, I didn't want to, you know, run a game there. And I didn't want to, I've sold all my Dragonlance stuff. I sold all my Eberron stuff. I sold most of my Planescape stuff. So where else to set it? I have Ravenloft, but Ravenloft doesn't seem to fit for like a starter campaign. So I don't know. I thought that my own campaign world, which is designed the core around my favorite, you know, old school D&D products and my favorite Dungeon Crawl Classics cities and towns, I don't feel so alienated or like I'm going somewhere new. It's going somewhere familiar, but with new. What are you doing?
What's the halfling
system.
look like? Is that the?
Oh yeah, I have a problem with the halflings.
Oh, is it that one? Is that what the halfling
Joan
is?
Troyer is saying halflings rock in 5e. At least the one I got. Well, look, Joan, I got a problem with this halfling. All right, this actually, I will say, one of the things that bothered me when I first saw this book in 2014 or 15. This? Whenever I think it was 14, right? Because it was the summer of 14. I think was that Gen Con they released it. This halfling's head size to shoe size ratio. She could literally put her foot in her mouth. I have an issue with that. So I don't.
Oh my gosh, you can. One of my friends being guys. Ready for this?
What do you? That's not weird. It's a gnome ranger.
No.
That's a cool character idea.
No.
Charlotte's saying, oh no, microphone problem. Can you all still hear me? Oh, you can. Cool.
This is ASMR.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be ASMR. It's D&D. Okay. Sorry. So Charlotte's saying Ravenloft and Evie is perfect. You know, I'm getting Curse of Strahd. I've run a lot of games in Ravenloft. My favorite being throwing characters in Ravenloft in 4th edition that were kind of monstrous. So it was a shifter, a Goliath, a goblin, and someone else, a tiefling, and having to deal with looking like monsters in Ravenloft where like, you know, they're being hunted and stuff. And there's a lot of like intolerance towards monsters because they're monsters. So that was something pretty cool that I ran before. So I don't know what I'll do with Curse of Strahd. I think I'm always in Ravenloft. I ran Ravenloft with Numenera before. I put Ravenloft in the head of a Latos in Numenera, which is cool, but I spent a lot of time there. But I got to have all the Ravenloft. My stack of Ravenloft stuff is like this high off the ground.
Really?
So it's a lot of stuff. I have a lot of Ravenloft stuff. I have more Ravenloft stuff than any other old school D&D game. I have everything for Dark Sun, but they made more stuff for Ravenloft. So anyway, I think we're starting with the Lost Mine at Phandelver tomorrow. That's what we're going to start out with. I put Phandelver in my DCC world, so that's always going to be there like forever, forebs.
Don't say that.
Why can't I say forebs?
No one says that.
Clayton Williams is here. He's saying Council of Worms sounds cool. Council of Worms is awesome. Like if you've never tried this, you get to play as a dragon. Now I'm not going to take this and do it like PCs as dragons. I like the setting material of the Io's Blood island chain that's in here. I'm going to have it on the opposite side of the world from the God Emperor Razul's first realm. It'll be somewhere else. And the other side. And that the Council of Worms is like working against the God Emperor. Kind of, I don't know what I just did. You sneezed so hard you fell down. I don't know why I did the thing, but I guess me going knocked you down. Is that what happened? Are you okay?
I went to go sneeze and stand over here because I didn't want to sneeze on camera.
You can sneeze on camera. No one hears.
Weird.
You're amongst friends. I know every single person in the chat, and no one's going to give you crap. I don't think. So
not everyone knows I sneezed.
You can come back to the seat now. You know that book, Everyone Poops? There's an alternate book where everyone sneezes. And everyone D&Ds.
I'm like the person from the Addams
family. Anyway, I don't. I have not. What is there anything else you want to say, Evie? If you have any questions, please toss them out to us as we're wrapping up here. Evie, anything you want to say? There's a lot of down with halfling hatred. Look, again, I love halflings. Maybe that's my problem. I love halflings so much that I want to see. They're my favorite character race. So,
really?
Yeah, I love I've as a player, I had a really cool halfling fighter thief in 2nd edition D&D for a long time.
Who did we always make you play? We always made me play the what?
When?
We always made me play a certain class.
Well, I was always a cleric at the DCC games because no one picked a cleric.
No, you were something. Draw your own halfling.
That's something for Kara to do.
I can draw halflings. I do that Kermit.
There you go. Evie, we have a question here from Laura Williams. What do you want to run next?
Oh, that like black book I got.
What black book?
Like there's this adventure I got for DCC. And it's like it's like black and it has like white words in the front.
What's it called?
I have no idea.
Do you want to go get it? You know where it's at?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's still in a bag from Gen Con of last year.
Evie wants to run a black book from a bag in Gen Con. We're gonna get you we'll get you close to running. You can run whatever you want. You don't have to run 5th edition. Just so you know. I don't know what it's called.
I know it's called.
It's got a really evil name. I know
it
that. It
does. It's like something.
So she's running something from the black book.
No, what the heck is
it? Sounds like
this
is literally like an episode of
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
We have a picture
like from the
of
blackest book. You know, the dark one is appearing.
We have a picture of it. It's Gen
anyway.
Con. I'm gonna find this, guys. It's gonna happen. Oh my gosh.
I guess y'all can just hang on here while we wait.
Death Slaves of Eternity.
Death Slaves of Eternity.
It looks like.
No, it's not Starcrawl. Although you weren't in
someone.
Death Slaves of Eternity.
By that person. I can't read it, but that's who it's from.
I can't read it because your picture is terrible.
You took this picture.
Well, you're zooming in. It's like a picture like this. I mean, you're zooming in like super far. I mean, I can't read that.
Ooh, I played it. Yay!
There we go. It sounds.
Death Slaves of
Wholesome.
Eternity.
That is very whole. We have a very wholesome household.
Yeah. We talk about Death Slaves of Eternity. Burn.
Any other questions? Joan Shore, with my 5th edition halfling, I would come into the battle just as the monster was at low hit points. I'd slide between the fighter or barbarian's legs and hit the crotch for the kill.
Oof.
That's always rough.
I used to always say that. I would do that.
You'd hit the crotch for the what?
No,
I never say that. Like, you don't ever attack ogres and stuff.
Remember what I always used to say?
No, but now that I don't know what you're going to say, I don't know if I want you to say what you think you're going to say. I have no idea what's going to come out of your mouth next. So maybe you should. And why
that was my catchphrase.
I don't know what the catchphrase is. Maybe Evie will put that in the comments later after I've decided whether or not she should have it as a catchphrase. Because I don't know what she's going to say.
It's not anymore. It was like when I was like 9. That was my catchphrase. So we played like Numenera.
I have no idea what was this catchphrase.
I can't see. I can't really laugh.
That Numenera game was like super wholesome. Why you keep
No, it wasn't
camera?
Numenera. What was it?
I don't know.
What game was it? I always used to say it and they would kick me out because they said it too much. You make me leave and go sit in the steps.
We'll have to find. You know what? The suspense will kill everyone on that. So anyway, I think we're wrapped here. I think that's good. We're done talking, right? We'll try to come back and give you some follow up after the lost mine of Fandelver. Go low and hit hard, Eve. That could be a great phrase. Hopefully everything goes well. We have a good time. Evie's friends have a good time, and then since I'm buying like, I don't know, ultimately $400 of D&D stuff. I'll probably be running it more.
You not to do
well,
that.
I as I've said on Twitter, I have 2 speeds. Don't buy the stuff or buy all the stuff.
That was not your speed with Dwarven Forge. It was not your speed.
I bought all the stuff for Dwarven Forge.
I thought you only bought like half of it.
I bought a lot of Dwarven Forge stuff coming this summer.
Yay.
That's the other thing, was a game that would do well with running some miniatures gaming.
What if the monster is a Balachuchian?
A Balchinian.
Oh. What's a Balchinian?
You want to watch Men in Black 2.
Alexa, what's a Balchinian?
Don't ask Alexa about what that is. Thank you. That was.
I'll look it up then.
Please don't. Dragon Heist. What was Dragon Heist? What is Dragon Heist? There's dragons in Dragon Heist? Joan, hit me up with what that is. Dragon Heist? What is Dragon Heist? I don't know. You know, this is like the cool thing is there's what, 5 years of 5th edition stuff, and I have no idea what's out there really, except for because I it's all new to me.
Oh my gosh, I always nutmeg people. I've played soccer for a while. Remember when I would nutmeg people?
You would what?
Yeah, I would nutmeg people all the time, and they got really mad at me, and they would like yell at me. It was really funny.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so in soccer, someone was standing like this, and then if you kick the ball to the legs, and it goes like whoop, sort of nutmeg.
I did not know this.
Well, you also didn't play soccer for like 9 years.
Matthew's saying the best stuff is on DM's Guild and Reddit. I did discover the DM. What's that Twitch D&D Beyond? I was a little put off. I got to spend $29 to have access to something. It's not really a full PDF. So I'm a little like, I don't know about that. I understand that you can build characters and stuff. I was a little frustrated last night that the free character builder didn't let me build a forest gnome for her friend. No, I had to have.
Is her character built yet?
Yes, I had to outsource it to someone else who had that. So
okay. I know if it was built yet, so I couldn't
done.
tell if it was.
No, it's done. We get to change it up a little bit, but it's pretty much done.
Beyond is fantastic.
Shara says D&D Beyond is fantastic. It looks really cool, but it also looks very expensive.
I don't know what that is.
You know, I understand that I've hit echelon in my like. I mean, the plus side of being a grown-up gamer, especially a gamer who's I work a ton. I have a lot of I work a lot of hours. I work for a good company that you know, a great career. So I can buy more gaming stuff than I could, you know, when I was younger. On the flip side, I can't play with it as much as I want to. So anyway, I think that's all I got. Yeah, anything you want to say, Evie?
I mean, not really.
No.
I mean, I told people to not play D&D 5e for a long time. That's my one.
Did you tell them not to play it? Wait, what did you say to these people? Why did you stay on camera? What did you say to these people?
Okay, so pretend you're a kid, and okay. So be a 7th grader, okay?
Okay.
Act like a 7th grader.
I've been a 7th grader. I can do
Act
this.
like one.
I'm a 7th grader.
That's not what they do. Look down. Ew, no, they don't do that either. Hold this. Now stare at it and start reading it.
Look, I'm in 7th grade.
Okay, that's what I would do.
I love being in 7th grade. Biology's cool.
No one says that either. Everyone hates biology. I don't take biology anyway. That's in 9th grade. Okay.
Oh.
So, walk over. What are you doing?
I'm reading Burning Hands out of the
Maybe
handbook.
I should be the 7th grader.
No, I'm the 7th grader.
This is what they do. So say that.
do it. No, I'm the 7th
But
grader.
there's a certain thing they say.
Well, I'm reading Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, this is what the boys say to you. Like, this, right? This is what do the boys say to you? You can't stand?
They always go, yeah, that's just role-playing game. And it's like we roll dice, and I'm like, yeah, I know what it is. Done since I was like 4 or 5. And they're like, really?
There's a term for that called mansplaining, right?
Really?
Yeah. It's mostly boys, right?
It's mostly boys.
And they just say explain.
No, it's all boys who've ever said this to me.
Yeah, you got an uphill battle, kid. I'm sorry.
And they're like, so, and then I'll go up to them like, oh, that's 5e, right?
Do you know what D&D is? It's a role-playing game.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Grade.
I know what it is. And then everyone's just staring at me.
Do you play 5th edition, Evie?
No.
What do you play?
I play DCC. It's a lot better. It's more crazy, and it's like better. And then I walk away.
Well, now you get to say, someone asks you, Evie, do you know what D&D is? And you can say, yeah, I'm going to cast Earthquake on you. Boom shakalaka.
Uh-oh.
Joan Charter asks, so, Evie, are you not liking to play? Are you excited or not excited? Let's ask that question. And look at the camera. Stay on the camera.
I was reading the.
Yeah, but are you excited to play 5th edition?
Excited to tell boys that I know what it is and that I've read it and I've done it.
You think you're gonna have a good time?
I hope so.
I mean, you should have a good time.
I'm with people I like. So.
You're what? Yeah, talk louder.
I'm with people I like. That's good.
She's with people that she likes.
This is ASM.
That's disgusting. Yeah, Paul said, I hate that she's getting mansplained already. Boy-splaining is even worse. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's pretty much to deal with that.
No, but
which is crazy because none of them have, because you've GM'd at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Like more than once. You ran Doug Con. You did Inferno Road running players through hell. Or heck, as you called it. Oh, what did you call it? Your one thing?
Oh.
What did you, because Evie won't say hell.
It's heckish resistance.
Heckish resistance.
Fire damage.
Fire damage. To fire damage. So, all right. Well, I think on that note, we'll let this go. There's a couple more. They're going to just keep coming through though, but it's, it's 9:40. I have nothing else to say. I'm excited to see how this goes.
Yay.
Excuse me. I'm just burped. Maybe we'll come on after, maybe next week, and we'll talk about how it went.
What's the DM guide?
The DM's guide is, so there's 3 books.
What did I read?
For what?
What did I read? What did you make me read?
Oh, you read part of the starter set box.
Oh, that counts.
Hey, Reed Sanfilippo's on. Reed, you saw it. She ran Mall last week, right? And I don't know, Reed, if you knew it, but Evie, we signed Evie up to run Mall at Gen Con.
I'm running it twice.
She's doing what, the 2 to one of the slots.
2 to 6.
Yeah. So
and I got Saturday, my special puppet.
It's a puppet for Mall. So we signed her up with Taco John. If you don't know what this is, guys, this is all like DCC like talk here. Sorry, Evie's got to get an event on the books.
I never run an event for that.
You ran an event for Contessa. Wasn't Goodman Games.
It was not.
Well, now you're in. So you already have a Judge Evie shirt,
I know.
All right. Well, I will.
It's not going to be a DM Evie shirt. What
we're going to do here, okay, is I will find a follow-up time next week where you can hear our impressions if you care. If you don't care, then don't do what I'm going to say next, which is like, comment, and subscribe, I guess, because we do so much on this channel, like once every forever that we get a video up. But leave comments or ask questions or whatever, and we will get back to you. And I want to thank everyone for jumping on and saying all the cool things and giving Evie some cool support, because I think we need to, as a gaming collective, be supporting. This is the next generation of gamers. We need to be supporting them and getting them out there and make sure their voices are heard, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? You want to close this out? What do you want to say to wrap us up?
Can I hit the button?
What button? The close button? The stop broadcast?
Wait, I have a saying. Have fun in well, I can't say that.
Have fun in what?
What do I say?
You can't just wait.
I'm gonna think of
you
something.
had to say
I
it.
had something in the
You can't just unhave a saying.
No, because I was gonna say something. Okay. Have fun casting Heckish Resistance, everybody. Bye bye. Oh crap!